Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the meeting of the licensing panel. The first order of business will be to appoint a chair for today's meeting. So can I ask from the members, do we have any nominations for anybody to chair, please?
Yes, I would like to propose Councillor Armin as chair.
Do we have any councillors to second that, please?
Yes, I'll second that.
Thank you. Over to Councillor Amin.
Thank you. Have we received any apologies?
No, Chair.
Can we look at approving the minutes of the previous meeting held on the 22nd of August?
So, Chair, the minutes were circulated to the members who actually sat on that panel, and Councillor Vickers has approved them, said they are a correct record. So we just need you, Councillor Amin, now to say if you think they're a correct record, please.
Yeah, I can confirm they are a correct record. Thank you. Can I just ask participants if they have received a copy of the licensing hearing procedure, which explains how the hearing will be conducted, and that they have read and understood the information? Can we just start by a brief round of introductions? So I'm Councillor Zarina Amin for Ashbrow Ward.
Councillor Ryler, Home Valley South Ward.
Councillor Paola Davis, Almondbury Ward.
David Stickley, I'm the solicitor here to advise the panel if they need any legal advice.
I'm Jenny Bryce-Chan, Governance Officer.
Steve Mycroft, Licensing Officer.
Mike Skelton, Senior Licensing Officer.
Jason Bethel, West Yorkshire Trading Standards Illicit Tobacco Team.
PC Katie Swift, Kirklees Licensing.
Richard Woodhead, West Yorkshire Police Licensing.
Thank you.
Stacey Hoffman, Democracy Officer. Thank you.
Thank you. Just remind everyone the meeting is webcast. If anyone has their mobile phones on, can you please either switch them off or put them on silent? So we just start with declaration of interest from members.
None.
None.
Admission of the public.
All agenda items are to be considered in public, Chair.
Deputations and petitions.
None received, Chair.
Are there any public questions?
Again, none received, Chair.
Thank you. Can I just invite the licensing officer to outline the application?
Morning, Chair. The purpose of this report is to inform members of an application for the review of a premises licence, which has been referred to this panel for determination. On 31st of July 2024, West Yorkshire Police made an application for the review of the premises licence PR 00340 Macwan Mini Market trading as Hud's Wines under Section 51 of the Licensing Act 2003. The applicant believes that the following licensing objectives are not being met: prevention of crime and disorder and public safety. On 10th of June 2024, West Yorkshire Police attended Hud's Wines after intelligence had been received that this premises was selling illegal cigarettes and tobacco. Under Section 179 of the Licensing Act 2003, a search was carried out behind the serving counter, where a large quantity of illegal cigarettes and tobacco were found. On the 11th of July 2024, a test purchase was carried out by Trading Standards where further illegal cigarettes were purchased. On 18th of July 2024, Trading Standards, assisted by West Yorkshire Police, conducted a further search of the premises and found more illegal cigarettes and tobacco products, along with alleged stolen bottles of alcohol and illegal vapes. Drug paraphernalia were also found for sale. A copy of the review application can be seen at Appendix A, and a copy of the premises licence can be seen at Appendix B. For cases which are considered as a result of a review or potential enforcement action, the Council will take into account all relevant circumstances, but will view the following matters particularly seriously: failure to promptly respond to a warning properly given by responsible authority, failure to engage with the responsible authority in an effective manner, previous convictions for licensing offences, and previous failure to comply with licence conditions. Members also need to consider statutory guidance issued by the Secretary of State under Section 182 of the Licensing Act 2003. As representations relate to two of the licensing objectives, members' attention is drawn to Section 2 of this guidance. The relevant parts may be found at Appendix C. Consultation has taken place in accordance with the requirements of the Licensing Act 2003. Other than the premises licence review application submitted by West Yorkshire Police, no other representations have been received. When determining the application for the review of a premises licence, members, having regard to any representations, may take such steps as they consider appropriate for the promotion of the licensing objectives. These steps are: modify the conditions of the premises licence, which includes adding new conditions or any alteration or omission of an existing condition, exclude a licensable activity from the scope of the licence, remove the designated premises supervisor, suspend the licence for a period not exceeding 3 months, or revoke the licence. In arriving at a decision, members must have regard to the relevant provisions of the statutory guidance and the licensing policy statement, and reasons must be given for any departure. Members of the panel therefore requested to determine the application. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Do any of my colleagues have any questions?
Not at this time.
Can I now ask the West Yorkshire Police Officer to outline the application from their side? Thank you.
Morning, Chair. Hood's Wines is a small off-licence situated in Huddersfield Town Centre. It sells vapes, soft drinks and snacks. Its alcohol licence was granted on the 29th of March 2023. Illegal cigarettes have been found hidden inside the shop. The shop has failed a test purchase for illegal cigarettes. 227 illegal vapes were found to be on sale in the shop. Stolen items were found in the storeroom, and there are reasonable grounds to believe that these items have been offered for sale. The storeroom of the shop is untidy and unclean. Wrap droppings were found on the floor. Snacks and drinks which are due to go on sale in the shop are stored in this room, causing concern for public safety due to the health implications. Single sale cans of 6.5% beer, lager and ciders were found on sale in the shop. Annex 2 of their alcohol licence says single cans of beer, lagers and cider with an ABV of 6.5% or above will not be stored or sold from behind the counter. 3 packets of open cigarettes were found under the counter of the shop. These were 3 different brands. It is believed that they were being sold as separate cigarettes to customers. Drug paraphernalia and room odorisers are clearly on sale in the shop. The below licensing objectives have been impacted upon: prevention of crime and disorder, public safety. The premise licence was granted 29th of March 2023. The name of the shop at the time was Makwan Mini Market. Mr. Amir Ahmedi is the premise licence holder. Mr. Mohammed Abbas is the designated premises supervisor. So on Monday the 10th of June 2024, myself and PC Attiwell attended at Huddersfield Wines, 8 Kirkgate, Huddersfield. Intelligence had been received that this premises was selling illegal cigarettes and tobacco. Under Section 179 of the Licensing Act, a search was carried out behind the serving counter. Found in a black dustbin was 1,700 illegal cigarettes and 5 pouches of illegal tobacco. These were seized and passed to trading standards. The premises licence holder, Amir Ahmedi, was working in the shop that day and he denied any knowledge of these items. He first stated he was storing them for a friend and then went on to say that he did not know they were illegal. The items were seized and Mr. Amir Ahmedi was issued with a warning letter. The warning letter was hand-delivered to the shop and posted to Mr. Amir Ahmedi's home address on the 26th of June 2024. In the letter, it clearly states the premises must not store illegal cigarettes or tobacco or sell it. On the 11th of June 2024, Noreen Akhtar, a regulatory compliance officer employed by West Yorkshire Trading Standards, carried out a test purchase at Hood's Wines. Her statement is attached to this file. She was able to purchase a packet of 20 Platinum 7 cigarettes for £5. These were non-duty paid cigarettes with no health warnings on the packaging. These cigarettes were illegal. On the 18th of July 2024, Trading Standard, assisted by Kirklees police officers, carried a further search of the shop. Trading Standard seized 227 illegal vapes which were on sale. This is detailed in the statement of illicit tobacco officer for West Yorkshire Trading Standards, Jason Bethel. Found in the storeroom of the shop were numerous empty packaging sleeves from non-duty cigarettes. Under the counter, just below the till, were 3 open packets of different branded cigarettes. It is believed these were being sold as separate cigarettes to customers, which is illegal. On this date, during the search, I seized from the storeroom 5 times 1 litre bottle of Smirnoff vodka, 1 times 70 centilitre AU blue raspberry vodka, 2 70 centilitre bottle of Dead Man's Fingers rum. All of the above bottles had shop security tags around their necks. I had reasonable grounds to believe that they had been stolen. Amir Ahmedi could not account as to why these bottles were found on the premise. On one of the Smirnoff vodka bottles, the security tag had burn marks as though it had been set on fire to try and remove it. On the shelves for sale in the shop were 4 bottles of spirits which had damage marks around their neck. The damage was conducive to security tags having been removed. 4 bottles of Abercracken Scotch whisky were for sale on the shelves. This product is made for and sold by Lidl supermarket. Amir Ahmedi was asked where he purchased them from, and he replied, the Cash and Carry Halifax. This product will not be sold from a cash and carry, so there are reasonable grounds to suspect these spirits are also stolen. The storeroom to the rear of the shop was very untidy and dirty. Rat droppings were found on the floor. Rubbish was stacked in front of the fire exit to the height of the door handle. This door has a sign saying fire exit on it. The drinks and stacks were stored in there prior to be put on display in the shop. For sale in the shop were cannabis grinders and glass pipes. When asked what the glass pipes were used for, Amir Ahmedi replied, smoking drugs. Small containers of room odorizers were also for sale on these counters. These are commonly known as poppers. In summary, the premise licence holder for Hood's Wines, Amir Ahmedi, has no regard for the law or safety of his customers. Illegal cigarettes, vapes and single cigarettes are being sold from his shop. The shop is not clean and there are evidence of rats gaining access to the storeroom. Stolen items were found, as were extra strength single cans of cider, lager and beer, which attract the town centre drinkers. Can the panel please consider revocation of the alcohol licence, as the actions of the premise licence holder and the staff are greatly impacting upon 2 of the licensing objectives? And if you'd like me to go through the photographs, I'm happy to do so. I know they haven't been exhibited, but this first one, that's the bin under the counter there, where the cigarettes were found on the first visit. And this is the cigarettes in the bin, and you can clearly see the brightly coloured, and there's no safety warnings at all. Next is the letter I sent him saying that they must not store illegal cigarettes, tobacco in the shop. There's a statement of Noreen Akhtar and Jason Bethel, which Jason can happily cover for you. And then this is packaging we found on the day of the second search, and they are all illegal tobacco, so non-duty paid sleeves. So they'll get 10 packets of illegal cigarettes in one sleeve. These are the 3 packets that were found under the counter on the day, and there's absolutely no reason for 3 different brands to be open under the counter. That it's very common for sort of juveniles to ask for single cigarettes, maybe pay £1, 50 pence. It's encouraging young people to smoke. And then these are the examples of the security tags that we found on the bottles. There's no reason why they were there. We did go to sort of Sainsbury's and Tesco's, and they confirmed that they do use security tags as such, but could not confirm they were definitely from there. But the black one was definitely Sainsbury's, and that had been used at Tesco's. So they're definitely sort of there's no reason for them to leave a shop with the security tags on. As with the dead man's fingers, Sainsbury's definitely confirmed that that was from Sainsbury's and that was returned. Smirnoff. And then this one is that's the lid of one of the bottles, and that's why I believe that this had a security cap on, because taking off a security cap would cause similar damaging to that. This is the Arbor-Kraken that would be from Lidl on the shelves that he said he got it from the off-licence, but there's no reason why any off-licence would be selling that. Again, that. And then this is a lovely one of the rat droppings. And then the fire exit. It doesn't really show the height there, but there was sort of things below. That is the middle of the door, so there was a lot of rubbish below that. And again, and then this is what we commonly term as a cannabis grinder. They had a number of cannabis grinders for sale. Not illegal to sell them, but it's not something that we like to be sold in our off-licences in Kirklees. And these are sort of the pipes, and when we asked what are these used for, Mr. Amidi said smoking drugs. So he knows why he's selling these items. And that's the conclusion of my evidence. Thank you.
Wow, thank you for that. Quite comprehensive. I do have a question from myself. From what you've said, Mr. Ahmedi was there twice. So from all the incidences that are listed here, was he there in every incident, or was it the licence holder there? I mean, in all the incidences of the times that were visited the shop, was the licence holder there on those times, or was it staff?
It was always Mr. Ahmedi that was there when we went.
Brilliant, thank you. Do any of my colleagues have any questions?
I think just to clarify, it sounds as if there were 2 visits by the police and the licence holder was given a warning after the first time, yeah. And that was by letter, yeah. And then there were the trading standards as well.
Well, the second visit was with Trading Standards. The first visit, the police went on their own. Then Trading Standards did a test purchase of their own, and then we went with Trading Standards and did a joint visit. So there was 2 searches of the premises.
Yeah. So he had the opportunity to change how he was selling and what he was selling.
Yes, and certainly the second sale of cigarettes was after he'd been served the letter saying no illegal tobacco to be on the premises. So, and he'd been explaining in that letter what illegal tobacco was, because the first excuse he gave was that he didn't know it was illegal. So we went through that, yes, it's illegal, it's got to have the health warnings. I mean, he did have legal tobacco, and I didn't put that in my report actually. He did have legal tobacco in what they call the gantry, and that's where they keep the legal tobacco, where it has to be out of sight behind the counter. So he did have legal tobacco which he sells, but then he also had the illegal tobacco out of the way.
Thank you.
Not on view. Thank you.
Yeah, just one question for me. So you actually presented, I know you delivered the letter to his home address, you presented the letter to the licence holder at his premises as well?
What I did is I took the letter in, and at that time it was a member of staff, but then he rang him and he came down and he took the letter from me then.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions from responsible authority? Thank you. Can I invite Jason Bethel from West Yorkshire Trading Standards to present his case?
Thank you, Councillor. I won't go into too much depth. PC Swifty has done a really good job of detailing all the evidence, really. I'm obviously available for any questions you've got regarding the cigarettes. Just to highlight a few points. The cigarettes that were sold and seized by PC Swift on the first occasion are what we class as plain whites. So there's no legitimate global market for them in the world, basically. They're made for the illegal market. They're made and manufactured and smuggled into the countries by organised criminal gangs. So to get your hands on these, you've got to have links to serious organised criminality. They were being sold at £5 a packet. the the minimum excise duty in the UK is £8, which it normally averages about £9, but minimum is £8. But you can't sell cigarettes at £5 and pay the excise duty. So no excise duty is being paid, which is obviously depriving local councils, NHS out of funding, and they're left to pick up the mess of the smoking-related diseases that are caused by the sale of these cigarettes. Obviously, they're totally non-compliant with our packaging regulations. They don't have health warnings, the pictures, sort of thing. They're just, but they are in English. They are made for the illegal market in the UK. So it is serious and organised criminality, not just a few duty-free packets of cigarettes. We just emphasise that. And we did the test purchase and then went and did the visit and couldn't find the stash. He went in the test purchase, went into the rear storeroom and brought the cigarettes from there. And we didn't manage to locate any in there, so they've clearly got some complex method of either bringing them in the rear door, or dropping them down from the flat above, or a really good hide for the cigarettes in the rear store that we couldn't find. We'll have to go back with a detection dog. So it again shows the level of criminality that is involved there, sort of thing. And just to emphasise, I think Kate touched on it, the state of the shop was absolutely disgusting. Buckets of stagnant grey water stood about, absolutely reeked. The floor was covered in discarded food and cardboard, clearly infested with rats everywhere. And stock that was going to be sold in the shop was being stacked on the floor. Access to the rats that are running around in there, sort of thing. So I just emphasise this shop was absolutely a disgrace, really. It was well below the standards I'd expect to a licensed premises, and just urge the council to revoke the premises licence. Thank you.
Thank you. I have one question. I'm not sure whether it would be the police or yourselves, but would you be prosecuting Mr. Ahmedi? Or is it handling stolen goods or counterfeit?
Regarding the alcohol, I did ask if we could prosecute him for handling stolen goods, but because we couldn't prove where they'd come from, the sergeant deemed it not in the public interest to pursue it further, really. So we just seized the items, and he couldn't account for why they were there. He just sort of said he knew nothing about them. So we didn't pursue that, no.
Thank you. Do any of my colleagues have any questions? Thank you. Am I all right to... Just a question for the licensing officers. Have we spoken to Environmental Health about the rat droppings and whether they have done they've come out and assessed the premises?
I haven't spoken to them personally. I think PC Swift has.
I've asked them to visit the premises. I haven't had an update, but I certainly sent an email and asked them to sort of put it on their list of visits. I haven't had an update, actually. I should have chased that up, but yes, I certainly flagged it up to them.
If I can add, Chair, Mr. Ahmedi did send in an email with photos showing that he had cleaned up and he'd had someone in there to do a thorough clean and also put rat baits down since the review application had been made.
Thank you. Has anyone any further comments or questions? Are we okay to deliberate now? Would you officers like to summarise?
Thank you, Chair. So in summary, Chair, the review has been submitted by West Yorkshire Police. This was due to 2 searches of the premises, 10th of June and 18th of July, where illegal cigarettes, tobacco and stolen bottles of alcohol, illegal vapes and drug paraphernalia were found. Test purchase was conducted on the 11th of July, where illegal cigarettes were purchased by trading standards. And that's a summary of my report, really. Thanks, Chair.
Would yourselves like to summarise?
Yeah, I don't think I've got anything further to add. Thank you, Chair. Thank you.
Nothing further to add. So we will now withdraw from the hearing while the panel determines the application. So if you'd like to wait outside, thank you. Thank you, everyone. So at today's hearing, the panel considered both verbally and in writing information which outlined an application for a review under Section 51 of the Licensing Act 2003 for the premises licence in respect of Mach1 Mini Market, trading as Hood's Wines, 8 Kirkgate, Huddersfield. In reaching its decision, the panel had due regard to the provisions of the Licensing Act 2003, the statutory guidance issued under Section 182 of the Act, the Council's Statement of Licensing Policy and the relevant provisions of the Human Rights Act. The panel also considered representations received which stated that the licensing objectives in respect of public safety, the prevention of crime and disorder, were not being achieved at the premises. Therefore, in respect of the aforementioned application, the panel has decided that the licensed premises the premises licence in respect of Mach1 Mini Market trading as Hood's Wines be revoked. The reason for the panel's decision is that there are concerns with regards to the safety of the public, specifically the health-related risks associated with counterfeit tobacco. The panel was disappointed that despite a warning from West Yorkshire Police to the premises licence holder with regard to the sale of illicit tobacco products and handling stolen goods, this was not heeded and the licence holder continued with this behaviour. Therefore, the only recourse for the panel to promote the licensing objectives in respect of public safety and the prevention of crime and disorder is to revoke the licence. Thank you.